At its peak, the Roosevelt Hotel was utilizing 1,000 of its rooms to house migrants, operating around the clock. That number down to about a dozen families now staying here as the city prepares to close this facility.
I'm looking for an extension for more days.
Migrant Jesus Travieso returned with his wife and son Wednesday to the Roosevelt Hotel intake facility.
We're coming from Venezuela.
The place where this new chapter of their lives began 8 months ago. This grand old hotel looking much different now than it did when he first arrived, and nothing like the scenes that unfolded here when the city opened the facility in May 2023.
When we came here the first time, there was a lot of people asking for help, but now we can see it's empty.
That's because the city's architects of the migrant housing and support system are planning to permanently shut down this intake and housing facility sometime in the next week. The approximately 30 migrants currently staying here, along with future arriving migrants, will all be transferred to the city's existing network of homeless shelters. They say the number of newly arriving migrants is down to about 100 per week.
This was always meant to be temporary as an emergency fix to the sometimes 4,000 people that were coming in each week.
Behind me here is where everybody will register.
The nuts and bolts of this sprawling operation, long kept under wraps, but now on full display. The once decadent grill room converted into a cafeteria serving migrants from around the world. Down the hall, a large room turned into a medical intake hall where migrants received vaccines and mental health screenings.
We administered hundreds of thousands of vaccines.
Dr. Ted Long says just as importantly, the city will continue outreach efforts to help migrants get on their feet, even as many families recede into the shadows as ICE ramps up immigration enforcement operations across the city.
People are scared now, but people still want to work. Over 90% of all of the eligible adults that have seen one of our case management teams have applied for or received work authorization.
Jesus, are you worried at all about what's happening with ICE?
Of course. We are worried because they are hunting a lot of people. So they are hunting people. It's a little bit scared.
We reached out to the New York Immigration Coalition for comment, the nonprofit declining to weigh in on the city's decision to shutter the Roosevelt Hotel intake facility. And Jesus, who you heard in the story, among the many rattled migrants who are trying to get back on their feet while also being mindful of ICE's presence here in the city. At the Roosevelt Hotel in Midtown, Jay Dow, Pix 11 News.